all of that was thanks to the day Abdullah told me, let's meet up. And he's like, and then he introduced me to those comedians. And just my life literally changed. Like
By one decision, by saying yes to one opportunity.
Out of nowhere.
Welcome to Own the Future, a podcast made for and by change makers, where we gain the courage to own our story, the freedom to own our craft, and the power to own the future. I am your host, Lucas Grobot, and today is the conclusion of a two-part episode with Abdo Alkhaja, who is an Emirati comedian. If you have not listened to part one, highly recommended. We talk a lot about cultural nuances that Abdo has overcome and is still in the process of overcoming. And on this episode, we go deeper into how Abdo has actually surprisingly walked through these doors that he never thought would happen. And it's all from taking one simple action, which you will find out and hear about in this episode. And it's a simple action that you can take to in your life, probably even starting today.
Look, that's your zone.
How much are you willing to risk?
If I'm doing what I'm doing,
where's the line for you?
If I'm doing what I'm doing right now, but on a bigger scale, it's absolutely no problem with it. I can go. But like, if it includes anything that is considered religiously and culturally, what do you say, like not approved in a way, like anything that has to do with nudity or anything has to do with like you can't like there are certain things like you can't talk about, of course, the government in any way, or
of course
you cannot, like,
but there's still, I mean, Rear Window didn't talk about the government in any way.
I mean, of course. I mean, you can also, like, the movie doesn't have to be all about the government or about anything, like, over the police the whole time, right?
Yeah.
And you could, like, there's room. You can definitely, like, it just takes time. We're just getting used to it.
Yeah.
The country is getting used to the fact that, okay, we're getting people now to showcase their work. Like, we're doing horror movies hitting the screen. This is a horror movie, right?
Mm.
We're not used to horror. We're used to comedy and drama. It's love stories.
Yeah.
I think this is why the step that she took to making a horror movie is like takes a lot of guts, because like a horror movie could go absolutely wrong. You know, it could either be a comedy if you don't do it right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I know my brother.
Fine line.
It's so funny because I got my friends. They go to horror movies here just to laugh. I'm like, you guys are, what's wrong with you guys?
Sick.
Yeah, it's like, hey, there's a Conjuring out. You guys should go. Yeah, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be awesome. Then they go there and then they just like laugh at like the stupid, whatever. Like, you know, some horrors aren't really horror, but it's so funny. Like, so it could go wrong.
Yeah, like any film, like even a love movie, if a romance, if it's done wrong, it's just cheesy and funny. Like, it's hard. It's hard to
it's hard to sell the vibe you want to.
Right here, story. No. Right? This is all about how to write scripts and stories and narratives and arcs.
Okay.
And it's hard. Like writing a good beat is hard. So
yeah, imagine people writing books. Like, how can you sell that? How can you keep people like hooked, right?
Well, this book is about writing movies, right? This is about writing screenplays. So how do you write a good beat? How do you write a good scene? How do you write, how do you bring your character through it? That's a very difficult craft. I don't pretend to even.
I'm like, the thing is, I'm actually, hopefully, I wanted to make a movie.
Yeah.
It's a comedy action movie.
Yeah.
And I picked the perfect like theme for it because I know it doesn't have to do anything with the outdoors, no police involved, no nothing.
Perfect.
It's just like in one place, like you said.
Perfect. There it is.
And then I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm thinking I'm getting way ahead of myself, like movie, big production, and I'm like, oh, I could have started a little smaller though. There's no problem with that. Like you said, 30 minutes, like keep it episodes.
Why don't you do that? Why don't you do it? Oh yeah, you could do episodic. That would be great too.
Because like I said, like I could get in contact with some people that I know, start writing, because writing is my not a strong suit.
Yeah.
I need people to write with me.
Would this be in English or Arabic?
It's gonna be in English. And I'm good with visuals. I'm good with I just imagine a certain scene. I want it to be this way.
Yeah.
But the dialogue, I have a problem with dialogue. Even with my own videos, it takes me time to write.
Yeah. And it's so fun. They're very different skill sets. The visual, whether it's in marketing, sales, copy versus the visual layout.
There's the guy for everything.
The script. Yeah. It's very.
It's like writers and people that help the writers.
Oh my gosh.
And
we were just.
There's the light people, sound people, camera people.
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't end. Like, can you imagine the amount of money they get into the production? It's incredible.
This the other day, we watched Cars 3, I think, with my boys. And at the end of, it's the credits going, and our oldest is about to be 7. And like all the names are going through. He's like, what are all those names? I'm like, well, that's everyone who made the movie. And they're like, well, what did they do? And like trying to read as fast as I can, like this person, like it's like the amount of people that go in to make a single movie is
I watched
astounding.
Endgame.
Oh yeah.
Did you stay for the, like, I don't know why. I think we stayed for was there an after credits for Endgame? Was there? Yeah. I think we stayed for that. And the credits wouldn't finish.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
It was the longest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, okay, cool. This guy's sponsored. That guy's sponsored. There are like a million visual effect studios. And
the sound, the amount of people just to do sound and just everything. It's like insane to make a movie.
Wow, that's you appreciate the craft more, right?
Yeah.
You appreciate it more.
Especially the moment that you try to start doing part of it, you're like, I suck at that.
No, like people that watch a movie don't really appreciate it as much. Like, it's easy for them to criticize a movie. They go like, this was a bad movie. This was a good movie. But have you been to the set?
Yeah.
Holy, like.
Have you tried to... Right.
I did I was part of a 15-minute movie, right?
How many days did it take?
Literally, the same day. We finished it like from the morning. It's like 7 a.m. We stayed until like, I don't think 6 or something. And I was just I was a supporting actor. And I just had that one scene. And the amount of takes it took. And then the guy that fixes the outside, there's creating an atmosphere, like he's blocking the sun. And then there's the guy talking to this guy. And then there's a camera on top of me. There's like, if they realize how much it took for just that 15-minute, imagine for an hour and 45 movie with all visual effects. Like,
it's just insanity. The craft, and the level of excellence.
And there's still people out there that like, okay, I realize what is a bad movie. I can tell like this was poorly made. But
yeah, you can tell, even when they have like,
I'm not saying
A-list actors in a C-list movie, you can like, well,
Batman versus Superman, like that.
Yeah, the script was bad.
I mean, it felt rushed, yeah, but like, you can't help appreciate. Like, they made it happen one way. Like, they made these two come together in a movie, and they made the visual effects and everything. Like, you appreciate some of it. You have to appreciate some things in it. Like, this is how I see movies. Like, I don't really completely hate movies.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy them. And if it's a bad movie, I'm like, yeah, it had this bad part in it. But otherwise,
it's hard for people outside of that creative craft.
When you're in the industry,
and you realize the amount of work that goes into, and not every movie is a hit, right?
No.
Sometimes you think that it's going to click, and it just doesn't.
It doesn't. It's sad. And then that all the effort, the months they
and
took
clearly someone thought somewhere that this movie was going to be a great idea, and they spent $200 million. I mean, like someone put $200 million behind a movie that flops.
Okay, I mean, imagine. Let's go on a smaller scale. Like for my videos, sometimes I think an idea is great. Skate is great. I'm like, I keep like, oh, this is going to be amazing. And then I explain it to others and they're like, making better. Like, wow, that did not hurt. No, but like, it happens. You think something is good. You even get people on board to do it with you, and then you put it together and then you're like, there are videos where I deleted after posting it, they weren't doing well. I'm like, no, this is not the quality I want. There are videos that I still didn't post at all. Like, no, it always sounds so good in your head, but once you
execute, it just doesn't click right.
So imagine those people, what they had to go through. At some point when they know it's not clicking, it's like, I might as well just go, and like we're wasted half of the money on this production. We're gonna just stop it.
Yeah, and they have to get something out of it. But I think it just goes to show, even people who, people who are spending $100-200 million. They're hiring the best people in the industry. And it just goes to show that even people who are at the top 1/100th of 1%, like they're the top. They can create something that for whatever reason it doesn't click and land with the audience, and it just doesn't show up at the box office, right? It doesn't. People don't show up at the box office.
There were movies I was surprised I've never, like, in a year, a lot of movies are released, right? But not all of them make it to the big screen. Like, some die sooner than others, right? And you just, all those, but they keep on going. See how the industry is? But here, we don't even have, we're just starting to get, we need to get there fast. I mean, it's 2019. We need to catch up.
Well, why don't you start?
Yes, I will start. It's going to happen.
I want to see it.
I believe in it. Like, it's what I have. Like, I cannot tell you the idea, and I can tell you what's in my head right now. But
because you'll steal it, all you people out there will steal it.
No
one's going to steal it.
You guys are listening right now. You just want to.
That's the thing. No one's going to steal it. It's the execution.
But
I do think
I'm just gonna be very dynamic. It's gonna be. Look,
what are you willing to risk?
I'm not risking anything. But it's just. I mean, the worst
just
thing
your
in
time,
this,
money, reputation.
A little bit. The worst thing in this movie is just like the language could be a little just.
So yeah, I've noticed that in some of your later stuff, you start using a little bit more provocative language, but you cut it out, or you're just like. Just we're about to say the word, you cut it.
Like
what are people's? I was surprised that you made that move. I feel like it's a little.
It was risky. It was risky. Like at the beginning when I did that, I'm like, let me try. Let me see what happens. No one said anything. Like, and then it went well. Like,
do you think it makes it funnier?
Again. It does.
Really?
It does. Like, to me,
I feel like it's forced.
Do you ever watch Rick and Morty? You don't watch Rick and Morty, right? I'll tell you one thing. When you watch something and someone uses a certain word, when you cut it out, like when you don't expect that character to say that word and then they lash out and then they it just makes it so much funnier because you can't imagine what he was gonna say, right? But then it was so bad that like the production was like, I'm going to cut this out. You can't keep it in. It's so much funnier when you say it, you cut it out, than when you don't say it at all, because it adds so much to the entire intensity of the line and the emotion that you're trying to deliver. And to me, I mean, I did it so far, and like,
do you feel like the public's reaction is better with your skits that are like that? If I can,
I'll tell you one thing. It is of course better not to go there. And
I just feel like it's a little forced. I felt like your older stuff where you had like a great, like that car one. Or like the slamming the door, some that where it's not. I feel like that it was just like clean, spot on.
Clean comedy is possible, and clean comedy is great. And if you can do clean comedy, like I respect and admire that so much, because like normally people laugh when there's a certain, like, you use language when you say some things you're not supposed to, right? It makes it funnier because it adds to the storytelling element. But if you can do it clean, it takes even more work.
Harder. It's harder. It's like in improv, a lot of times people will resort to kind of like violence because they're bad at improv.
I was telling my friend, I'm like, I'm doing this podcast. I don't know how it's going to go. So I'm just trying to like not Gary V this whole thing. Right?
How would you Gary V this thing? I want to know that.
I was seeing Gary V when he talks. He has no filter whatsoever. He doesn't care. It's because he has a lot of money. So that's why.
It's true. It's true.
No, but like when you do something clean, especially in this culture, you feel it gets around faster. Because
really,
because kids can see it.
Yeah, because kids can see it.
Parents can see it. It's more acceptable. But like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't want to not do something that I don't want to. Like, if I want to put a word in there, I'll do it. Just because at the end of the day, it's something that I like.
Yeah, if you're watching like a military film and no one's cursing, it feels weird, right? If you watch like this whole war film and there's like no curse words, you're kind of like.
Like, that's not the military. I've been to the military. 1 second. Something's not right.
Right, so like it's contextual. I think it has to fit the context. But I do think that if it's, sometimes you watch those film, like some Hollywood films, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but it's a great movie. And all of a sudden they just throw a nudity scene in there. It's like so left field. Like everything's going, and all of a sudden like two people are randomly sleeping together. You're like, what? Like what
Yeah,
just
I
happened?
understand. I
Where it's
understand.
like it just felt like they threw it in there just to get
The
a
views.
a view, a rating.
That's what's happening nowadays with a lot of TV shows.
Oh man.
Like the recent TV shows, the modern ones, anything that there has to be like a lot of nudity, a lot of language, and just to that drags attention. Like you have to. It's the clean way doesn't cut it anymore, right?
Do you watch any Portlandia?
No.
Oh my goodness.
By the way, like I'm just so you know, I'm very bad with names. Like right now, you see those two guys over there? I don't know their names.
That's
I forgot
okay.
their names. I know you're Lucas.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Because obviously, because we've been talking. I'm so bad with names. And people, like, I know people get, like, offended by that. Like, like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm really good with faces. Like, I'm never going to ever forget you in my life. Like, I'm just going to, but what's your name?
I had to forget people's names. But I find that it's actually more respectful to say, I'm so sorry I forgot your name.
Is it? I feel so awkward. Like I try to avoid anything that has to do with a name in it.
Oh yeah.
Like I try to get them to like any
say their names.
say their names. Like get them like take them to. I read once like if you forget a girl's name, just take her to Starbucks. Just gonna write her name right there.
I heard another one which was if you forget someone's name, say, I'm sorry, what's your name again? And they say their first name, like, no, I know your first name, your last name.
Oh, this is good. This is good. You know how it is. You know the guy.
I haven't used it yet. I haven't used it
That's
yet.
good. I'm gonna use that from now on.
I thought that was
obviously not your first name. Come on, are you?
I recently saw you did some stand-up comedy.
Oh wow! Yes, I did. Never thought in my life I would do that.
What led you to do that, and what was your skit? Because
It's because when I decided to leave my comfort zone, and I met crazy people, and the next thing I know, I'm on stage, cracking jokes.
was it spontaneous, or did you like prep?
I prepped. So let me start saying talking about how I end up on stage. When I do my videos, I do it with my own friends. I have a very small circle of friends that I always do videos with.
Mm-hmm.
And we're fine. Like hey guys, I have an idea. Okay, let's do it. Until one day, this guy got a job. That guy has exams and university. This guy is out of the country, and I'm like, oh, I can't do videos anymore. They're getting responsibilities.
Yeah, life
we're growing
happens.
up. Life happens. And I was struggling. I was struggling with making videos content because I had to wait for them until we all our schedules are free, and then sometimes it doesn't even happen. Something goes wrong, and then oh my god. And then Abdullah, Abs Ali, he's a stand-up comedian. He out of nowhere, he just direct messaged me on Instagram. He's like, I don't remember how it went, but he technically asked me out, which I think about it now, it's a little
Kind of
bit
cute.
It's kind of cute,
A little
yeah.
awkward.
Love you, bro. If you're listening. It's a little cute. So he told me, yeah, let's just meet up. And I love your work, and I want to get into, making skits and videos.
Yeah.
And me being, something about me, I do videos. I look like the most social guy out there. If you want to meet me, I'm not gonna be there. I'll try to whatever I can not to show up. Any excuse no. Yeah, but I'm out of the country right
Just
now.
forgot it, that one thing.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. But then I talked to Zainab.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, go for it. What do you have to lose? Because what's the worst thing that can happen? I'm like, okay, sure. And then I left that comfort zone. I'm such a I really like small circles, right?
Yeah.
And if I'm put in this place where I have to socialize with a group of people, I don't mind. I can talk. But don't throw me in a room and tell me go talk to people. Or hey, you want to go to this party or event? Or no, why?
Do you stay at home? Do you just go home and you're kind of a homebody? You do your work at home and...
I do that. And even not necessarily at home. As long as I am with my group,
okay,
I'm so comfortable. I need my friends around me, you know? And even if they're strangers,
you could have brought a support friend for today if you wanted to.
I could have, right? Because I was shaking the whole time. I'm like,
Whatever,
I can't believe I'm doing a podcast. And what am I doing here? I was like 10 minutes away from home, and now I'm here. I'm gonna get stuck in traffic on the way back, and I'm
so sorry. Oh my gosh, yikes.
So let's go to where was I? Abdullah. Yeah. So I met him, and started talking.
Zainab pushed you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah,
You say, okay, I'll do it.
She told me, do it. Like, you're gonna. This could be it. You can meet people. He's interested.
Yeah.
This is what you wanted. You wanted people, right? I'm like, yeah. I met him, and we clicked. And again, that was
and you
so
didn't know
cute.
him before.
That was so cute. We
Very
clicked.
cute.
Yeah, it was a little. I think Zainab got jealous at some point. We clicked a little too much.
Well, it's kind of like that one handshake one where you're kind of like holding hands.
Like
and
at
you
some
have
point,
that moment. It's like,
yeah, some bromance happened. Me and Abdullah, we just.
Wow.
You guys don't want to check our texts.
Mashallah.
Our texts are like, it could get us to jail.
A little hearty eyes.
A little too much.
Rainbows.
That's the best kind
Unicorns.
of conversations you can have with someone. Just like, and we clicked like that because we started like making fun of each other, and we started like roasting each other. And
That's awesome.
It was incredible. And then he wanted to get into doing skits. He had ideas, and from there he added me to the comedians group. We have a stand-up comedians here.
Yeah.
And then I got to know more people, and then he's like, hey, attend the show. I went to Comedy Kicks. It happens in Sports City in a Kickers sports bar every Friday night. It's great, but it's like a different side of Dubai. Like I went there, I'm like, wow, we have a comedy show. We have a comedy club going on. And not even in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, there's, I think, Yalla Laugh. It's called Yalla Laugh. Yeah. And it's a completely, like, these are people who don't have filters. These are people who are real. They go up on stage, they tell you, guys, before we start, just don't get offended. We're all here to laugh. We're all here to, hey, yo, mama. Look,
Your
just
mama
start,
jokes.
like going straight, like into it. And I love it because I didn't feel like I ever left the comfort zone. Like, these are the people, like, they were just, we all clicked.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he introduced me to all those comedians. And then we finally did a video and 2 videos together. And then
Was that the one with the utensils?
Yeah, I knew none of them, by the way. That was the first time I do a video with all of them. Yeah, and the guy that had the cutleries, he came all the way from Ajman.
Really?
Yeah, he contacted me. He's like, I'm into acting. I want to get like into it. I want to practice. I'm like, join. Let's go.
That's awesome.
Like, I love, like, this is the idea of doing videos. At the beginning, it was just a selfish thing where I wanted it for me, where I want to get there, I want to get famous, I want to. But then, as time passed, it became so much bigger than.
You realize that in order to do a feature-length film, you need 500 people to be scrolling up the screen.
No, like in terms of
my destiny is wrapped up in someone else's ability to.
In terms of in terms of like Zainab, when she told me, like, what do you want to get out of this? What's your goal? I told her I want to be famous. I love being famous. I want to be famous.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not a goal. Like, okay, when you're famous, what's next? That got me thinking. I'm like, yeah, if I reach, what's next?
What was your answer?
I didn't know. It was like, yeah, famous, money, famous. Like, that's it. No, like, but she's like, no, you need to have a realistic goal.
Yeah.
And then I didn't have an answer, and the answer started revealing itself. The more I did the videos, when people were coming up to me and then they're like, you made my day, texting me. It's like, I don't know how I never knew about you. Wow, you're incredible. Keep it up. I get texts every now and then. You made my day. You're amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, whoa, 1 second. I had an impact on someone's life. These stupid, funny, random videos that I do, it actually put a smile on someone's face. It actually made someone laugh. It actually changed someone's mood. I know how powerful that is.
Yeah.
They will remember your name for the rest of their life just for seeing that 15-second video.
It's true.
Incredible.
It is
And then-
incredible.
Yeah, and then I inspired people, apparently. For the stand-up comedy, someone was like, you know what? I want to hit the stage too. I have
Really?
stage fright. Yeah. Like, I'm glad to see you to go on stage, like, I'm going to do it too. I'm like, okay, go for it. Some other guy, like, he found a way, like, I felt like I'm like turning to this beacon where people come up to me, and then Even recently, someone was like, "I have ideas. I heard you're the guy." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'm the guy now. I'm the guy."
That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess it's just so. It's hard to for them to start somewhere, and I'm that start.
Yeah.
And
it's so hard for people to start. I mean, think of you starting. Was it hard for you to start?
I mean, I had a phone, right? Like the quality of my videos back then, the editing. So there's some cuts when I'm looking back on my videos, I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? You know what I mean? But I lost my track of thoughts.
Everyone is looking for a community, right? Everyone is looking for someone to do it with, how to learn.
So the kid from Ajman, he's not even 18 yet. I'm like, get on board. Let's go. Let's do it. And this other guy, I'm like, let's go. People are coming to me and they're like, I have ideas. I want someone to help me do a sketch. And it works out well for me because now I have actors.
You have actors. Now you have a community and you're putting other people on. And
I have a community and soon I'm going to have enough people to start a movie. See what's happening? It's building itself.
Yeah.
So it became so much more than just being famous.
Yeah.
It's inspiring people, changing people's mood, having an impact.
So many people are, going back to far earlier in this conversation, so many people are hoping and waiting to get picked, right?
Yeah.
Even you're like, I hope to one day get picked by Hollywood, right? I hope to one day get picked.
I mean, look, I did get picked once by someone that was very famous, but like I still have no idea what happened. Like we filmed it and everything, and I thought that would be not my break, but like I would get out there because it's hard. There are a lot of people now, it's hard to get noticed. And that video never came out, and I don't know why. And it kind of hurt. It did hurt me for a long time. I told Zainab, I'm like, dude is not even answering me anymore. Like we actually filmed, we spent some time, we talked, we had some deep conversations and everything. But like, I mean, okay, I don't mind the video is. You didn't want to release it for whatever reason, but just tell me why.
Don't ghost me.
Yeah, but just tell me, oh, it didn't work out. Tell me I don't like it. I understand because I'm in your.
Right.
I was in your shoes. Like I do videos that I don't like sometimes, and I apologize to my friends. I'm like, yo, sorry, it didn't work out, and it's best if we don't release it. We do something better.
Yeah.
We don't want to.
Yeah.
You don't want to do something that's like, we don't want to push it. For example,
But so I think to that point, so many people are waiting around to get picked by the famous name, but you have an ability, right? Because essentially everyone's thinking, well, there's some gatekeeper somewhere that somehow is going to discover me.
And I'm one of the people. I am the people. Like,
right. And all of a sudden you have become, in some ways, a gatekeeper where you're able to build a community to be able to do, like, you don't need to wait.
All of that was thanks to the day Abdullah told me, let's meet up. And he's like, and then he introduced me to those comedians. And just my life literally changed. Like
by one decision, by saying yes to one opportunity.
Out of nowhere. Like I just started getting people contacting me. It's all about you getting out there, making connections.
Recently someone told me, because talk a lot about purpose on this podcast, and was talking to a wise man, and he was saying, I love what you're doing about purpose, and he was explaining how he views purpose, that it's really hard for someone else, like it would be really hard for me to come to you and say, okay, I'm going to help you figure out your purpose, and I tried to help you find your purpose. It's really something that you find within you. You have to find what do you like, what are you into, what really makes you feel that wind at your back, that click. And once you find that, oftentimes people wait for someone else to then affirm that. But like you, and in some ways you had to have that blessing from your dad. But you took steps forward in that. And the moment you start taking steps forward, that's what he's saying, the moment you take steps forward and commit to your purpose, it's as if something magical happes, and all of a sudden doors that were never there materialize and open.
It kind of freaks me out. I'm like, 1 second, what's happening? Is this a prank? Is someone having a camera here? Is this a reality TV show? Is someone trying to like No, but out of nowhere, I'm not kidding. Like
But so many people, find like I want to do this, but they never take that first step, and it's in that taking that first step that opens up all the other doors. And they're waiting for all the doors to open to see the end goal to walk through the first one.
And not only people coming up to me and want to act and want to be a part of my thing, but like some people are giving me ideas. Like, I have an idea for you. They're trusting me with their ideas. And like,
so weird.
It's like they want me, like, we need you to get up there. You deserve it. Yeah, this is an idea for you. Go do it.
Amazing.
I love, like, the relationship I have with my followers. It's just not just a follower, like and view. No, like, I actually have conversations with each and every one of them.
Yeah.
If not, like, in the comment section, like when I post like on my stories, I like to reply, because I don't want to be like one day that guy that doesn't reply just because he has a couple thousand followers.
It defeats the point of social media.
And the media, exactly. Like
social, you have the ability to talk back to your audience.
A couple people are like, "Wow, I didn't think you'd reply." I'm like, why? Why wouldn't I? Like, I'm seeing your messages right there. I mean, 7,000 followers. More than half of them are dead. What do you mean? Like, I have time for everyone. Don't worry. I still didn't get there to the point where I can keep track of messages. No, like, it's just. I think the idea of people, like, they view me as a certain, I don't want to say famous, because I know I'm not famous.
People put you on a pedestal and they see you as there's this gap between you and them.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Hey, this guy's like, I like to be down to earth. I like to communicate. I like to talk." Because, like, if it doesn't become social media anymore if you just keep it to yourself. Like, do you realize if it's not for the people with supporting you, people that are there, you're nothing. People often forget. Famous people often forget. Like, they get little full of themselves. They don't know that what's making them who they are the people. Once you don't have them, who do you have?
Right. A prince without a follower, or a king without any followers isn't a king.
You have if it's not for the platform, who are you?
Do you
appreciate who's
do you have like people in your friend group who have lost that? Like, do you see a lot of people who they get a lot of K's behind their name?
I haven't personally, no. I didn't see that, but I realized it. Like, I sit down and I think, like, I'm lucky. I'm lucky because I connect to these people on a different level. Like, we're just chilling. We may not have time for each other in real life, but this gets us talking to each other anytime, anywhere. It's beautiful. Like, this is a good side of the social media. It's not just yours. It's for everyone. You know, we're all here to share. We're all here to have a good time all together.
So, one last question.
What's up? One last question.
Can you give us a little bit of your stand-up act? I'm really putting you on the spot.
The thing is, it's gonna be really weird not having someone laugh, like, audience. Like, it's just like, if you're cracking up jokes, like, I appreciate those. Like, you got here, like, they're just like, you're gonna clap from the. But wait 1 second. Like, the day that I did the stand-up, right?
Yeah.
I blacked out for the first 15 seconds. Like, I was just like, so
while you're up on the stage?
Yeah, I went there and I was trying to be relaxed as much as I can, right? I had my phone with me. I put it on the chair, right? Just in case I forget a joke. And I actually initially wanted to put it in my pocket because I wanted to keep the act natural, right? I didn't want to read it off, because new comedians, or when anyone tries to try new content, they have a paper, they have a phone, whatever, and they just crack a joke. There's no problem with that, but I like it when it's natural. It feels like,
you don't want to have like your paper
coming on the spot. Yeah, it's
hello.
Yeah, exactly. No, it doesn't work like that. So, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just keep the phone there. Kept the phone there, and I thank God I did, because, like, I kept it as natural as possible. Where I, like, just walk down to my phone and just like and I just take a glimpse and then go back and then crack the joke.
Was that your first time, like, public speaking?
Yes, I have a problem with public speaking, by the way.
You know this is public and we're speaking.
Yes, we are. Not really. I mean, people are behind the thing now, the platform they're just gonna watch because no, we're just 4 of us are here. It's not technically. I mean,
Technically,
technically,
we thought
it's
about
not,
live streaming it, but we didn't.
that would be totally a different experience. Like I'd be like, it's like, yeah.
So this is your first time. This is your first time on a stage, public speaking.
That was my very first time. Like people I don't know in
And
the
you were
audience.
afraid.
And I was afraid,
Petrified.
but it was beautiful.
You blacked out.
It was. But when they started laughing, my game was on. I just kept on going, and my time was at, like each one of us has a time, 3 minutes to 4 minutes, and you can know when you're done. The guy at the back, he flashes the phone. Like, yeah, you have like a minute left or something. Yeah, I wasn't looking at that. I wasn't paying attention. I was just in my zone. I was just going, cracking one jokes after the other, right? And then the guy's like, you're done. I was like, I'm not looking. What's up? What's happening? No. So, and I continued. I did 6 minutes. It's not it's not so professional because you have other comedians waiting and you're just wasting more time.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to. But it was my very first time.
I didn't want to say anything, but extremely rude. But continue.
Extremely rude. But no, like in all honesty, I didn't expect it would take 6 minutes. It's because I was so focused on. I actually thought it would take 4, like just a couple of more minutes. And I spent the rest of the night apologizing to everyone. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I know. But it was a beautiful experience when you hit that joke like that, the punchline.
Yeah.
And everyone goes nuts. It's that part where I put on my Instagram, that exact moment.
Yeah.
It was like every comedian says that is the reason you go back to stage. It's that high. It's like it's like you need that. We need more of that feeling again. So I want to go back on stage. And I'm going to do it again.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to try new content. And like, my content is towards white people, so I'm just...
like maybe
you guys,
not.
you guys are interesting.
Maybe not.
Like,
no.
You guys are a little interesting. I love you guys. No, but I try to target everyone. No worries. No one's going to escape this stand-up comedy. But I got to warn you guys, it's not going to be clean.
It's not going to be clean.
No,
we'll mute out the words to make it clean, your unclean words.
Yeah, I'll try my best. No promises. Like it's just an accomplishment that I till now didn't say a single word. Like I'm just trying to hard.
I'm grateful because I have to edit that all out in post production.
Yeah, I'm like,
we talked about how much we hate editing.
I thought you were gonna give me a talk before this. Like, yeah, we need to like really tone it down a little. I saw your videos and I'm like, no, it's not gonna work here. No,
I should have, but that.
They trusted me. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So you did a good job.
We got this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we done? Because I really want to say a few words after that.
Well, no, I want to hear you said you're going to give us your act.
Oh. Do I?
Just give us like that. At least I want that last joke with that punchline. Because then on it, I see the laugh and like... Well, what was funny? Like I missed the whole joke.
It's so different when you're in that, like in the crowd and everyone's already laughing, and like if I crack that joke right now, it really couldn't. First,
it wouldn't land.
It wouldn't land, and it would really ruin the whole act. So you guys have to make it.
Do you have the whole act recorded?
Yeah, you're gonna have to come.
Well, when's your next act then?
Hopefully we're in November, right?
We are in November.
I'm doing an act in short and sweet. Is it sweet and short? No, short and sweet. It's an event happening here.
For you, it'd be long and...
it should be.
Long
They're
and
saying, I don't know how long I have as well, but I'm just trying to... I'll try to, so this time, keep it professional.
Yeah.
But I'm doing an act there, but I'm also doing another one, again, in Comedy Kicks, just to, review my jokes, maybe do one more, see how it lands before I do that one. So, yeah, Comedy Kicks.
When are those dates?
It's every Friday. Comedy Kicks
every
happens
Friday.
Every Friday, yeah. At 8.
So when's the next time that you're
8 to 10? Not this week, the one after. I think
next
so.
week.
Yes.
So that would be November what's next week, guys?
What's today?
Today's the 4th.
So this weekend it's going to be what? 13th? 15th. Yeah, I think it's going to be the 15th. Hopefully, I'm going to go back
November the 15th. Well, this episode will be released before November the 15th. So if you are listening to it November the 15th, 2019.
Let's go. Let's do this. Excited.
Yes.
Yeah, we got a few more jokes here. So
you're working on some new ones? Are you gonna able to preview anything for us?
The thing is
there something?
it's about it's about basically.
Come on, I'm a white person. You can make fun of me.
I think that the thing is when you're on stage,
I'm a Polak for crying out loud.
Like right now, I am surrounded by 3 of the whitest people in the room.
He's Lebanese,
and the door is sealed.
He's Lebanese. He's not white. He's not. He's Lebanese.
But like
you can make fun of him.
Okay, but I have a question for you. If I make fun of those 2, you're gonna join in as well because you don't want to be against them. Right? Might as well just.
You can be against. I'm.
The thing is, the door is locked. Like, and then everything is. I can't run away. So
well, it's okay. I'm a Polak, so I'm used to it.
It's about
I'm used to being an oppressed people group. See, that's the thing. You think that us white people are just oppressors, and you don't realize that the biggest lynching that actually happened was against Irish in America. It was actually Irish.
He's Irish.
And there's another time that in Canada, for all you people that think Canada is so great, I think it was like Irish that they came to port and they just left them to all die on the boat and wouldn't let them on land. So
wow, so much
for all you people who think that white people are just horrible and oppressive, we have been through it too. Myself as a Polak.
Let me tell you something about white people, though.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
All right, I love white people. To be honest,
probably because we're the best.
You know why? Because enough of you decided to come visit, like live in the UAE. That we had to take human rights a little too seriously.
What do you mean? Help me out here.
Yeah, we had to take like child protection services a little too seriously here. Like,
that's a problem.
You guys had to change the game for us, and we didn't like
imperialism.
That. We didn't like that. Yeah, my act is gonna be about this right here. What I just said about the rights,
about child protection services,
about how white people parenting and goes in the culture, and how ours go, and the differences. So that's interesting.
Wow, that is interesting. Well, I want to hear a little bit of it because I'm already feeling like this is fun.
But wow, what happens next though?
Well, okay, you tell the story. What's the joke?
All right, so in 2009, right? The Ministry of Interior established the Child Protection Committee, right?
Is that where it's now illegal to smoke in front of kids?
Oh no, this is just for abusing kids. Basically. Okay. Yeah. So that was about 10 years ago?
Yeah.
10 years ago. I was 16. I didn't have any rights when I was 16. No, as a kid. No, and we don't have any rights. And as a matter of fact, there was a number to call in case you got abused. I discovered that number just a few days ago. Imagine, just a few days ago, I knew there was a number. You think, and the thing is, even if I knew back then when I was a kid, you think I would just pick up the phone? And by the way, back in the day, we just had one phone in the house, right? It was in the hall. It was like in the living room. It was called landline. By the way, in case anyone knows what the landline is, don't tell me you know. Okay, I mean I forget sometimes. I'm on my phone so much. Sometimes when it rings, I go like, what the we have that phone still? And people call from that phone still?
But you still have a landline?
We do. We do still have a landline. And imagine as a kid calling, right? And okay, wow, this is gonna get a little dirty. I should stop right there. That's when you need to come because this is not gonna work here. We're trying to keep it clean for the editing purposes.
Wow. I'm intrigued.
It's gonna be nice.
I'm intrigued. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Where can people find you?
Having
me.
Wait,
I had one selfish question.
What's up?
You growing up, in your home, your family spoke Ami. Is that right?
Amy.
Zaina
told you that, right?
Yeah. But what is?
She says that to everyone. She's
I try. Maybe I'm just bad at Google, or maybe Google's bad at languages. Yeah. What is Ami? Where is that from? Where is
Okay, so
how does that different? Is that a dialect within Arabic? Is that Persian? What is that?
Okay, so locals here are mainly, are either have Yemeni backgrounds.
Yeah.
Saudi.
Yeah.
And Iranian.
Yep.
Yeah. So my great grandfather, was it great grandfather? Yes. He came to the UAE a very long time ago, just like at the early stages of the Union, probably before. Like it was a very, very long time ago, and that's when we lived here ever since, and we came from Iran basically, right?
Okay.
That's our background, and Iran is not Iran, of course. It just has cities, and our city is called Evaz. And Evaz, we talk Evazi.
Uh-huh.
The accent. It's all Iranian, but it's different accents. We talk an Evazi accent.
Huh.
And Evazi here, translated to in Arabic, says Aimi accent.
Huh.
Aimi. That's where it comes from.
So in your house, you spoke Arabic, but in an Aimi accent?
No.
Or is it?
No, that's just the. No, I'm just translating Evazi to Aimi in Arabic. But in my house, my mother would talk Evazi, yeah. My mom would talk to Amy to me. My dad mixed.
But that's not just like a dialect. That's like an entire different language. It's like.
No, it's all Iranian. It's all Iranian language, just different accent. And accents vary so much in
Farsi?
Iran. There's the main. There's the.
Help me out here.
Okay, so
my ignorance is showing.
No, it's like I completely understand because people get mixed up. It's you have several accents and. There's a Tehran accent. Apparently, there's a Shirazi accent, and those are the major cities in Iran. Those are the ones that are like everyone else in Iran recognizes and knows.
Uh-huh.
But it's harder to understand other accents.
So it's a smaller dialect within.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like if I right now in my accent, in the Amy accent, go talk to a guy from Iran lives in the capital, right, and talks like the proper one. He will have a really hard time.
Kind of like an interior Bedu or something.
Exactly. Like I'm attacking him or something. Like, that's how I sound like. So yeah, that's my with my mom I talked that language, that accent, and with my dad it was a mix. However, with my sister I talked Arabic. Okay. But growing up it was very confusing. Like
what language do you process emotion in? Or what language do you dream in or think in? Like for your deep emotions?
English.
I
ended up in English. It's funny because I grew up with 3 languages. Imagine how hard it was to maintain one. Like I would just my Arabic was terrible when I was a kid. My Iranian itself was terrible because I always talk bits and pieces. I never really practiced one fully. English, however, it was stuck with me. Why? Because my dad used to study in Miami, was it? Back in the day, and he'd brought back tapes, Batman. The 1990.
No. With a pow and a bam.
No. The one, the other one. It's like the Mask of What was it? Which Batman was it? 1993.
Not the TV
Batman.
show, but the actual
cartoon.
movie.
No, the cartoon.
The cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon. So I saw that, and I grew up with. That's how I love Batman so much because I grew up with that superhero, right?
All those T-shirts.
Yeah. You should have seen my T-shirts. Like I keep buying one after the other. And like Batman, I just keep like thinking I work out like him. We're trying to work out on this still, but like we're getting there. We have a problem right here. It's like, so yeah, and then TV shows. A lot of TV. We had the privilege back in the day to have Cartoon Network in our house. We had Disney, and I would watch all the classics, Dexter, Johnny Bravo. Anything that Cartoon Network had, like even the Powerpuff Girls, like the girliest. I would watch everything, right? Hey, listen, Powerpuff Girls wasn't girly. It was awesome. And whoever says so, okay, you can fight me right now. I'm ready for it. Powerpuff Girls all the way. I don't want them. Don't get the guy version. I'm good with those 3. And then TV shows like Buffy, the Vampire Slayer, and the Angel, and all those. That's when also I grew up with. I love Supernaturals. Yeah, and then. English was the most comfortable language for me in terms of processing emotions and everything. And then comes Arabic, and then comes Amy.
Thank you for answering that question. I was confused.
Yeah, no problem. I hope it's clear because I don't know how I explained it.
Now it's clear.
Yeah, it's just an accent in Iran. So it's one of those accents.
I was about to ask before I asked that and got sidetracked. Where can people find you? How can people find you and follow you? And
on Instagram. ABDO_KHJ. That's Abdo_KHJ. However, my full name is Abdo Alkhaja, and I know you don't want to say that.
Say that again. Say that again. Say that again.
Abdul Razak. Abdul Majid.
Abdul Majid.
There we go. White people.
Abdul Razak. Abdul Majid.
I can't say that. I'm sorry.
Abdul Razak. Abdul
Majid.
Majid. Yes.
Again, Abdul Razak. Because my dad thought it was a great idea to name after my grandfather. It's made the name so much longer, like Abdul Razak, Abdul Majid, Abdul Razak. I'm gonna break that chain with my kid. I'm gonna name him like Adam or something.
So white.
Because the thing is with Zainab, she wants names that can be pronounced in both languages. So Adam is one of them. Adam,
that's true.
Adam. It's one of those names.
Adam.
She's gonna kill me because she's being like, you shouldn't say this. Now everyone wants Adam. You know how pregnant women are? They want to say the kid's name because
Is your wife pregnant? Is this the announcement?
No, not yet. Not yet. Is she though?
I don't know.
Not yet. No, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. That'd be a pretty bad way to announce. You'd be like, go away. Edit that out.
This is gonna be the caption on the video. Is she pregnant? Just to like get the views, right? And then put my face in like YouTube, like.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Wow. Thanks for being on the show.
No problem. Thank you for having me. It was great.
Fun.
It was fun.
I had a lot of good laughs.
Can we have like episode 2 later on sometime?
We need to. Because we talked about having a couple show.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting.
Get my wife, your wife.
But that won't be a show anymore. That was going to be like another episode of the Kardashians. Just keep fighting with each other.
I mean, if we want,
we can go. All right. Let's
go. Definitely do number 2.
But we need to be on the same page though.
What page?
Like when they're here.
Oh, when they're here.
Yeah, we need to be like bros.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm not.
You can't be biased. I mean, I know she's your wife, and
she is my wife.
Come on, you got bros. Come on, we have to stick with each other, man.
We'd have to come up with some pretty good themes for that.
Yeah, maybe little like games. How well do you know each other, or something like that? I don't know,
because otherwise it could spin out of control pretty fast.
Yeah, I know. Like
because you do know the woman is always right.
We're gonna have this thing bent because of like on my head.
Yeah, well, yeah.
These
probably rightly so.
Expensive equipments we have here. You have to like protect them when that
insurance.
Yeah. Make sure they have insurance for all these.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, you need to do that film. I'll love to help you.
Oh, I can't wait. It's a big thing right now. I'm just trying to like narrow it down. And just get the script and get people slowly. But I can get there. It'll be epic.
Well, that's all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Own the Future. I hope you caught what that one little action step was that you could take to begin to open up doors in building your network, in building a platform, in connecting with other creatives, other creators, other business people, whoever you're looking to connect with. It's simple. It's just by saying yes to the one door, that one thing that lies in front of you, and you never know what doors will open. Just as Abdo said yes to meeting with one stranger. And from that, he's now has a community of creators and YouTubers, video guys who want to create content with him, where before he's like, I'm all alone. So I hope you caught that. And please check out the show notes, follow Abdo, and share this with your friends. That is all for today. Remember, I'm Lucas Grobot. You are a change maker. And if you own your story, you will own the future.